Hello everybody, welcome back, and today I am flying out the F8F-1B Bearcat. I was asked in the comment section to see if I could give some tips and tricks on it, so this is what this video is. I was a little hesitant to play this thing because, I like the Bearcat, but since they changed the overheating on it, I've been a little bit hesitant to play it, because it overheats really bad if you're using web. And so basically what I do is I climb at 100% just so that it doesn't overheat. And then once the engine starts to overheat, I will often go down to about 80% power just to keep it from overheating, and so that I have some temperature to play with if I really need it. Now in this match I first saw the BF-109 and I thought, okay, I can handle that, but then I saw the Horton and I thought, nope. I'm not messing with that. I know what a Horton can do if it's flown well, and it can completely club propeller planes. So yeah, I wasn't going to start with that. So I turned back towards my teammates. I have a Tempest squad in this team who is side climbing, which is interesting because the Tempest isn't exactly a high altitude plane, so why would you side climb? But it's what they're doing, and okay, fine with me. This F8F is going after AI planes because those are a real threat. Yes, must take those out. So it's looking like a decently typical allied team. Anyway, there's some of their props down here, and that's also where the Spitfire is going, so I'm gonna go over there. F7F is also there. I'm gonna go there and back those guys up. As you can see, I'm down to 70% engine power now, just to cool off a bit, because I don't need to climb right now. These Germans are gonna be above me. That's something you're gonna have to live with the Bearcat, with this overheating, is that you're gonna get outclimbed often, because the Bearcat doesn't fly very well at high altitudes, and if it overheats also, then you're just limited. So I'm going for this BF-109. He's going for the head-on. I put a burst into him, dodge away. Thankfully I didn't take any damage from that, and I critically damaged him, so that's good. And I am aware that there's a lot of things above me, so I'm keeping my eyes open, and this Focke-Wulf is coming in. So to try to dodge, I'm gonna keep my wings perpendicular to him, kind of, so that he has the smallest area to aim at. And now there's a lot of things going on around here, so I'm getting a little bit confused about who to track. And there's the BF-109 who I critted before. He's got a Spitfire on his tail. I'm gonna follow this Focke-Wulf who dived on me. Again, checking my 6, making sure no one's behind me. And for the moment I'm gonna follow this Focke-Wulf because he's heading away from his teammates, so that's fine by me. I don't want to get gangbanged too much. Now this HE-162 is coming for me, so sure, I'll go head on with you if you want. Sadly, he's slightly more skillful, and he actually pulls out of the head-on, so I don't hit him. Now this Focke-Wulf is coming again. I see him coming. I'm going to gain a little speed, and then I'm going to pull up into him, just so that he has the shortest amount of time possible on me, and there we go. He missed. Keep my eyes on that HE-162, but I want to keep following this Focke-Wulf. He's my main adversary right now. And again, dropping throttle, cooling down a little. And now this BF-109 is coming for me. I'm getting a little bit fed up, so I'm just gonna go full head-on mode. I don't care anymore. And so I just completely commit. There we go. Take him down. This Focke-Wulf also wants some action. Fine by me. There we go. Kill him. And I'm still alive. I took a bit of damage. As you can see, I have a bit of a leak. Also took some wing damage. I think my engine is also damaged. You can see slight pink color. Now this guy's coming for me again. But he's smart, he's not going head on. He's going up, so instead I will go down a bit first, gain some speed. But I can't pull my little trick of pulling up at him anymore, because I don't have the speed for it. So I'm just going to try to stay as much below him as possible, make myself a difficult target. And he misses. I'm getting a little bit confused here about where he's gone, but there he is. And he's zooming back up, so I'm not going to be able to touch him. But that's alright. There's more targets down over near the lake, so that's where I'm heading. See if I can do something about this guy. And he's also going for a head-on, and I really don't care at this point, so I'll go for it again. And here I make a stupid mistake. I pull down instead of up, and I fly straight into his corpse. That was silly. At least I went down swinging. I killed 3 of them, and that BF-109, who I critically damaged, I got an assist for that, so... yeah, that's just the way the F8F is against German teams. You're gonna have, if they play it smart, they're gonna have altitude and energy advantage on you a lot of the time. So you're gonna have to play defensively and try to take down as many as you can, and that's what I did. Now I did watch the rest of this match from spectator mode, so I'll cut some of the highlights out. There we go, HE162 got killed, and so that you can know just how the match finished. So taking a look at the score sheet, we can see they have 4 players left, and we have a few Tempests and a P80. This Tempest is diving after this Focke-Wulf, and he goes nose first into the ground. I'm not sure if the kill was awarded for that or not, but he's down at least. And just shortly later, one of our Tempests is diving after a Focke-Wulf over the lake, and he's spraying, and there we go, he hits him and he barrels into the ocean. He's got another Focke-Wulf behind him, so he's gonna have to be careful. Turns into him, decently good move, goes under him, and then loops it up. So that's some decent defensive flying from him. The Focke-Wulf decides to start turn fighting, which is a bad idea if you're at low altitude versus a Tempest. But now he starts to run away. But will he make it? The answer is yes, the Tempest can't catch up to him for now, so we're gonna skip ahead a little to the next part. So here we are with the P80, and he is pulling up to get the Horton, who is pitching up to try to get this Tempest in turn. Luckily the Horton can't catch up to this Tempest, and the Tempest is able to loop back down and try to get behind the Horton. Now the Horton is on the tail of the P80, I believe. I think we'll see some. I think you see some tracer fire going there. Yeah. But the Tempest is now right on his tail, and the Horton is a pretty big target. Shouldn't be able to miss. And he's opening fire. There we go. He's getting hits. Random pieces of Horton are falling off, and he is dead. So that's good. Dangerous opponent down. Now there's just that last Focke-Wulf to try to find. And here we go, that same Tempest that was chasing him before has now caught up to him. Focke-Wulf is going defensive, but he's pretty much screwed. At this altitude, the Tempest behind you, yeah, you're in trouble. He's doing trying to do some defensive flying, but the Tempest is sticking to his tail. Tempest almost plants himself into the ground here. Thankfully he notices in time that his maneuver is not a good one and that he has to pull out of it. Take some more shots, and I mean, he's got this guy. He just has to get his aim on target and hit him. And I mean, here it should be pretty much game over. Come on, shoot him down. Come on. Yeah, he's got him. There we go, I think. Yep, he is down. So, that's GG. My side climbing Tempest teammates finished the job off. But I'm still top of the scoreboard, so that's good. I mean, me and the other guys helped drag them down at the beginning, and then this Tempest squad finished them off at the end, so they were the deal closers. But that was a decent game. I mean, it wasn't that much fun for me. I was flying defensive the whole time. But that's just the situation you're going to get into sometimes. And the only kills I got were going out of head-on, so it wasn't exactly super skill-based, but sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. So, taking a quick look at the results. Keep in mind that I have a talisman for the Cannon Cat. I got 6,000 RP and 40,000 lines, so that's not bad. 3 aircraft destroyed, 1 assist. There we go, top of the list. Good, good. So the second match is against the Japanese, and they have jets, and we do not. I think we got a P-80 who spawns in later, but thankfully their jet pilot isn't too good. He rips his wings. And basically this match started, we had 3 bombers and 3 fighters. So I'm just gonna stick close to my fighter teammates because we are outnumbered right now, and I don't want to get clubbed by the Japanese. And this match kind of turns into being the opposite of my previous video in the N1K, where well, at least I killed the US team. This time we're gonna have to try to get some vengeance, because I mean the Allied planes are good. They should be able to beat these Japanese planes if they have a lot of N1Ks and stuff. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to prove. Now there's a dot out there, and because I can see it from so far away, it's probably a bomber, but I'm gonna turn towards it to go check it out. Again, I only use a little bit of web to take off, and then I go to 100% and keep it that way. Above 3,000 meters, I think your oil will cool down at 100%, but your engine temperatures will still rise. So eventually you're gonna have to go down to 80% throttle and stuff to keep it happy. So it is a G8N1, but there's also an N1K coming. So I'm trying to make up my mind, should I make a pass on the bomber first and then go for the N1K, but I decide screw it. If I go for the G8N1, I might lose too much speed and set myself up nicely for the N1K, so instead we go for a head-on, pull off, and kaboom. So that was a nice head-on pass. Take a burst and pull off. He didn't pull off and he paid the price. So I'm not really a big fan of going head-on, but it seems that's pretty much all I'm able to do in this video. So, and if you pull off a nice head-on like that one, it's okay. So I'm seeing if I can catch up to this G8N1, and you do not want to sit behind one of those things because it has 20mm cannons in the back. But I'm having trouble catching up. At higher altitudes, this bomber is decently fast. And I don't want to sit behind him, as I said, so. But surprise, surprise, there's 2 more fighters behind me. A J7 and a N1K. So I'm gonna try, I'm just gonna level off. I'm not gonna try climbing against these guys. And I'm just gonna drag them along for a little bit to see what they do. Because if one of them breaks off, then I can, then I don't have to fight outnumbered. That would be perfect. But right now they're both still sticking to my tail, so I'm starting to dive a little bit so I can keep my speed up and then reduce throttle so I can cool the engine off a bit. Now as you can see, the N1K pulled off, so this is very good news for me. That means I can just go one-on-one with the J7W1. So I'm completely cooling off my engine, and there it is, and now I'm going to turn into this J7. Now he's too close for me to set up a good head-on pass, so instead I'm just going to dodge his attack by turning into him and then looping up over. And he also loops up, which is a bad move when there's a Bearcat so close to you, and I hit him there and then spray a bit more, and he's dead. So if he would have kept flying in a straight line, I probably would have had a much more difficult time catching up to him. But instead he also pulled up way too early, giving me the chance to get shots into him, and that was a lethal mistake for him. So my teammates are calling out enemies over there, so that's where I'm heading. Flying at about 80% to cool that engine down. And that's the thing with this plane, you're going to be constantly fighting engine overheating. But it's just the way it is. By the way, the high speed roll on this plane is pretty good. At low speed it starts to roll a lot worse, but at speeds like this, 400, 500 kilometers per hour, it's got a good roll rate. Combat flaps you can also extend above 400 kilometers per hour, I believe. I'm not exactly sure what the limit speed is, but even at pretty high speeds you can use them, which is nice. And now I'm heading down here to try to help their other jet, the Kika, crashed, so that's all good. I guess it's not only US teams that have bad jet pilots. Okay, so that N1K shot down the F8F. It's not good, and he's pulling into me, so I'm going to put a few shots into him and then break off. I don't want to go for a full-on head-on. It's not necessary, I have a large energy advantage. This N1K might also be going for me, so I pull up using WEP now. I can afford to heat the engine up a bit and cool it off later. My P80 seems to be turn fighting, which is not exactly good, but at least it allows me to slot right behind this N1K and take him down. Now I just have to finish off this other guy who I hit before. He seems to be trying to run away. Hopefully I can catch up. But he decides to nose into the ground. He was fed up playing the Japanese. But thankfully I got some hits into him before, so it gives me the kill. So that was 4 kills for me. And now there's just that G8N1 left. And then we'll have won this match on a beautiful sunny New Guinea map. And I think the bombers are about to kill their carriers. And then there will be game over. Here you can see in chat that guy complaining that the Japanese have it so hard. And I asked him later what he meant by that, and he PM'd me back. And basically he was just talking about all the battle rating changes and repair cost changes that Japan have been undergoing, and he has a point. I mean, the N1K shouldn't be at 6.3, but it is. The repair cost shouldn't be 70,000 for an R2Y2. Or like I think it's 37,000 for the J2M3. It's insane. So yeah, he definitely has a point. And there we go. The carriers have been destroyed, and this match is ending. So that's not a bad result for me. I had a nice head-on pass against that first N1K, and then we outplayed that J7W1, and then dove down on those 2 other N1Ks to finish off the match. Good stuff. So even higher rewards for this match, almost 9,000 RP and 43,000 lions, so that's definitely not bad at all. Again, I was top of the team, so that's all nice. And so yeah, the Bearcat, it's still a competitive plane. It definitely has some issues with overheating, but it makes up for that in that it turns still pretty nicely. I think it should be able to turn a little bit better because it's missing its stall speed is a little too high than what it should be. But it's got the 20mm cannons, which they pack a punch, and they're real nice. So it's still a good plane. You're just going to be flying a bit defensively, a lot more than you used to. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.